Morning, folks. Kat here. God, outside today, it is blustery, it's wet, it's raining. I'm in the UK in Worcester. And it's one of those days when you look outside and just go, no. Added to the fact that I'm supposed to be walking two sausage dogs today. One of them is a miniature one who would take off like Mary Poppins flying through the ether. So who knows if that's going to happen. It got me thinking about how, some of our days are real high days. We look outside, the sun's shining, can't wait to put on a little strappy top, put on our sun cream, get out there. And then other days are like this. Always such a contrast. So today's Daily Do It, it's seasonal themed, but it's also kind of linked into this weather, because I got to thinking about having things to look forward to, having nice things around the corner. Now, I know for some people, the whole Advent season and Christmas is not a great time. What I'm going to say now is probably a little bit controversial, because I realised that me not enjoying the lead up to Christmas and all that I thought it was about at one point was caused by me. So if you've attached lots of meanings to what Christmas should be and why then you're disappointed and why it's not great, I hate to say it, but that's on you. Because you can make it about what you want to make it about. You can set the tone. You decide. And I'll elaborate more on that kind of thinking. But the only thing that ever spoils something for us is what the story that we've planted in our head. For me now, when I get into December, I, as you can see, love to decorate, to put things around the house. As I do that, I remember the times when my boys were little and the joy that it brought to them. So I put just a different spin on it. I used to think, the stress, the pressure, everything's got to be perfect. I've got to place everything just right. It's going to use all my energy. There was so much angst and stress that I brought to it. And I made a decision to make it a time of taking things out of bags, placing decorations on the tree, and with each moment to remember their little faces when we were dressing the tree. The other thing was that I thought of Christmas Day as Christmas. So I would get myself into such a flap about having, a nice tablecloth, nice napkins, who was going to come, what they might say about this, all of that. My own stuff in my own head. It may have come from some comments that somebody made, a look that somebody gave, but I sowed the seed in there and I watered it. I let it grow. So what I do now is I see December as Christmas. The whole period. Seeing some singing in the street, looking at the shop windows, beautifully dressed, catching up with a friend for lunch, wearing something festive. And I've just reframed it that what Christmas Day is the end of Christmas. I know for really religious people that won't sit very nicely, because you'll want to go out to the 6th of January and the King's arriving. I honour that too. That's cultural for me. That's in my upbringing. But I had to frame this season how I had to frame it for me to enjoy it. And that's the point. I'm not framing it for anyone else, just for me. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this. Now, if I lean back, you might see the whole thing. This little set of wooden steps. And you can't really get it very well there. This is my advent calendar. There's this little tubby guy here who goes up each of the steps each day. And then when he gets to the top, he reaches the tree. Now, what this reminds me is that we need things to look forward to. I am really looking forward to that day when he gets up there, because on that day I will be with my sons, one with his girlfriend, one with his now fiance, which only happened a couple of days ago. Beautiful blessings. But what this reminds me of is I'm stepping closer and closer and closer to something that I'm looking forward to. And something that I've done a lot across the last 2 years probably, from when I started my counselling, my therapy and all the things that I really needed to do, is I've given myself things to look forward to. So way ahead of time, I will put something in my diary like I'm going swimming on that day, or I've set that day aside to read quietly on my own, or that day I'm going to ride the buses and just see where I end up, or that day I'm going for a lovely walk. But what that does as I look in my calendar is gives me a sense of purpose, a sense of direction. It gives me something to head towards, and psychologically that's been really important to me. And it gives me this knowledge that there's something good coming on a certain day. There's something to look forward to. Now, for you, it might not be Christmas. You might not enjoy Christmas. And you know what? If you wanted to do some work one-to-one around that and the stories that have built up around that and why we don't have to believe them anymore, I'd be more than happy to do that with you, because it's been releasing for me, and I can now enjoy all this craziness, all this fun, all the stuff that I saw everybody else enjoying, putting on the earrings, going out to lunch, whatever it might be. I've really relaxed into it and really started to enjoy it. But the daily do it today is put things in your calendar that you can look forward to, so that when you open your calendar, whether it's on your phone, whether you've got a paper calendar, I don't know, that when you look, you know that in 3 days, oh, look, I'm going to lunch with my friend. Oh, look, that's the day we're going to the garden centre. Just like we do with holidays, but it's the same pattern in our brain. It doesn't have to be this big expensive holiday that's cost you a fortune. When you've got something to look forward to, the pattern in your brain is lifting you up. It's making you smile when you look at that. So just like me taking my little wooden Santa up these steps, it's just reminding me that we're building up to something good. And on that day, the thing that I'm building up to is a beautiful meal and time with my family. I'm not laying any more on it. That's it. Keep it simple. I am looking forward to a day with family and a meal. So today, the daily do it is put things in the calendar that you can count down to and look forward to, no matter how small they might seem. Yeah. Look forward to things. That's the daily do it. Mwah.